The reason why I'm making this video is just to enlighten people out there and just to make them plan strategically to become. That goes to say that if you're looking at becoming one of the people that will be welcomed from outside Canada as permanent residents, you should strategize, or you should consider probably going through the French route, consider becoming bilingual. Beware of scammers. Hi guys, welcome back to another video on my channel. If you're new here, my name is Greta and I am in Nigeria, currently pitching her tent somewhere in Canada as a permanent resident. In today's video, I just want to quickly touch on the recent immigration updates given by the Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and the Immigration Minister Mark Miller. This update was given yesterday, and the update is basically about measures being put in place to reduce the number of immigrants that will be coming into Canada over the next 3 years, from 2025-26 and up until 2027. The new measures being put in place will be building on previously announced measures to cap international students intake, to cap temporary foreign workers intake, and all other visitors visas measures that have been put in place. Like the Prime Minister said yesterday, just to give all the government levels an opportunity to catch up with the current immigration load that the country is currently facing, to clamp down on businesses that have been taking advantage of foreign workers, just to avoid employing Canadians, right? Words of the Prime Minister, and also to clamp down on schools that have been taking advantage of international students just to increase their financial portfolio. So after the Prime Minister's speech, the Immigration Minister came up to just give like a breakdown of what the target for these next 3 years would be as regards immigration. One thing that both ministers talked about I really agree with is how immigration has really helped Canadian economy and also increased labor shortage that they experienced, particularly after the COVID pandemic. And the immigration minister also mentioned that increasing the immigration targets after COVID was one of the things that helped the country from avoiding going into recession. And of course, because immigrants bring money into the country, right? Yeah, we know that we also have the issue of refugees coming in to take up so much from the government as it's in the media. But of course, foreign workers coming into the country are also bringing great profits to the country. So guys, let's look at the analysis as given by the immigration minister. Yesterday, he mentioned a reduction, that there's going to be a reduction in the earlier announced figure. So for 500,000 that was initially announced as the number of people they expect to bring in next year, it has been further reduced to 395,000 immigrants that would become permanent residents next year. So a reduction of 105,000 people. And for 2026, the number has been reduced to 380,000 people. For 2027, the number will be 365,000 new permanent residents that would be accepted into Canada. Now, from these numbers given, the major focus would be on temporary residents that are already in Canada. So they'll be focusing more on people that are already here in Canada, and this will cover international students, people on work permits, and some other people from other areas, but majorly international students. And why? Like the ministers said, because these people already have the experience, they already know about the economic aspects of Canada, and they're already in Canada, right? So changing the status of these people from temporary residents to permanent residents would also help in the housing crisis that the country is currently experiencing. The immigration minister explicitly said that 40% of the total numbers that I have just mentioned will be coming from international students that are already in Canada and temporary residents. So the other 60% will be shared among other areas that they will be focusing on. So another stream that they will be focusing on after the temporary residents are already in Canada would be the economic stream that targets or that focuses on the economic needs of the Canadian government or the economic needs of Canada. The minister specifically mentioned health and trade. Yes, they might also focus on other aspects like agriculture, right, for rural areas, but he mentioned health and he mentioned trade. And you would also recall, guys, that recently the government came out to announce that work permits to be given would focus on economic areas or economic needs of the country. And part of the economic needs mentioned fell under healthcare, trade, and I think agriculture. I'll try to make a video on the list of occupations that were listed out as part of their targets for people that would be applying for work permits. That means for people who studied here and who are applying for work permits. I'll try to do a video on that just to list out the various pathways, healthcare, trade, and the other ones that are existing, and also the courses that they are targeting. That would be for people who are looking at still coming here to school in Canada, for families who still want to send their children here to come school in Canada, just so that you ensure that whatever your child is coming to study, if they're looking at getting work permits, whatever they're coming to study aligns with the economic needs of the country. Another thing the immigration minister talked about is the plan to reduce the temporary resident population of the total Canadian population from 7% to 5% next year, 2025. So there's already been measures before this time put in place, like I said, to reduce international students, to reduce foreign workers coming into the country. And also remember that the government has also stopped the transfer of visitors visa to work visa within Canada. For you to be able to transfer your status from visitors visa to work visa, or to work visa, you would have to go outside of Canada to do that, to apply. So you can no longer do that within Canada. Again, we'll move on to the French aspect. So the country is also looking at increasing the number of the French population outside Quebec. You know, Quebec is the French-speaking province of Canada, but they are looking at. But however, there are other provinces that are also French-speaking, but not majorly like Quebec. So they're looking at increasing the number of French residents or French permanent residents for other provinces aside Quebec. So probably for the aspect for the people that they will be accepting, from outside Canada as regards permanent residency applications, and they will be considering people that have French proficiency, and also people that have experience or proficiency in other economic areas as it suits the country. That goes to say that if you're looking at becoming one of the people that will be welcomed from outside Canada as permanent residents, you should strategize, or you should consider probably going through the French route, consider becoming bilingual. It's really a great thing. It's not something that you just snap your finger and you will get at. It takes work, but the reason why I'm making this video is just to enlighten people out there and just to make them plan strategically. So in essence, I think the government is just trying to clean up areas that have been affected by the mass immigration that has happened after the COVID era. Yes, it helped the country economically and also labor wise. It helped them improve in the area of labor shortage that they were experiencing, but currently it's beginning to affect other areas like housing, like cost of living, and all of those things, even though it brought money into the economy. So the government is just trying to manage the whole situation. In essence, this information is there to guide people, and like I'd always say to people, beware of scammers. If you still have someone telling you that, okay, I'll help you get visa, you will get there, and when you get there, you will get a job, please beware. Please beware. Make sure you are careful, because things are changing, laws are changing. It's not as easy as it used to be. The government is looking at reducing the number of people that are coming into the country currently, just to help them manage whatever is currently going on in the country. So you need to beware so you don't fall into wrong hands or into the hands of scammers. Thank you very much, guys, for watching to the end of this video. If you have any questions, please put them in the comment section, and I'll be sure to answer. And also, it's also advisable to also make your research. Don't just fall back on whatever information you're getting on YouTube, right? Yeah, we're here to give information that would help people, but it's also good for you to make your own research, find information, more information, especially as it applies to you. Thank you, and please do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you, and please do not forget to subscribe to my channel. My voice is beginning to give up on me right now, but thank you very much. Until the next video, bye bye, guys.
Oh my Lord, it's been quiet on this mountain. I ain't seen the ocean for days on end. My heart has been hardened by these rocks.